Nipawa's third annual Indigenous Culture Day was held on September 29th at the Flats, with representatives from several local First Nations, including Wew'suwagapo, Ebb and Flow, Rolling River, Sandy Bay, and Sapatawayak Cree Nation. The event was free and open to the public and drew hundreds of visitors from both inside and outside the community, including several classes from the local middle school, not to mention the Premier of Manitoba, Heather Stephenson. Visitors were treated to a variety of traditional dances and an education in their history and what they represent, as well as demonstrations and explanations of several different disciplines, including ribbon skirt making, beading, bannock making, and drumming. NACTV was able to speak with several of the artists about their practices and traditions, and about using cultural sharing to support truth and reconciliation. The event was coordinated by Arts Forward and led by local Indigenous elders and artists alongside many volunteers. Since 2021, September 30th has been recognized in Canada as National Day for Truth and Reconciliation and Orange Shirt Day, honoring the children who never returned home and survivors of residential schools, as well as their families and communities.
Because you know what? I know it's kind of a pain, but we're here to learn about each other. And you know, when us Indians get together, the first thing that we start with is a prayer. So we're gonna bow our heads and we're gonna say a prayer. All right. So here we go. Hello, Creator. My name is Ishpi Gizis, also known as Darren Musso. I'd like to thank you very much for allowing us another day on Mother Earth. It's a wonderful day, and I'd also like to thank you for all these beautiful children here that have the curiosity to learn and to, know who your people are and who our people are and who all the people are, because basically we're all one under you. So with that, I'd like to say, Creator, thank you very much. We love you and we love everybody, and we can get going. Miigwech. Thank you. All right, you can sit down now. Our prayers are short and sweet. So with that, I got Deputy Mayor here, and he's got some words to say to you, and we'll commence with today.
Okay, we would like to start by acknowledging that we are on Treaty 2 territory, the original lands of the Dakota, Anishinaabe, Innuwak, Ojibwe, Dene, and the Métis peoples. Yep. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories. We recognize privileges, disparities. We acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past. And we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities, in the spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Here in the town of Nipawa, we are committed to an approach that respects and recognizes the distinct worldview and creative culture of Indigenous communities, while aiming to make Indigenous artistic expression a source of pride for all Manitobans. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge the tireless organizers and volunteers for Indigenous Culture Day. And without you, we would not be able to host this day.
Thank you very much. It's humbling. It really is to be welcomed, because we don't see this very often. We don't see where people are willing to learn about each other. But I look out in the crowd and I'm happy to see so many different faces. Hi, how you doing? And you know, like I said at the start, I'm 57 years old, and you know, it's really touches my heart to know that there's people out there that still want to learn about us and still want to get to know who we are. But before we get into all the festivities, I have a promise that I made to our women, and it's a promise to get a message out there. So you young men out there, you young warriors, or take a look at the girls that are sitting beside you, front of you, back of you. Yeah. You look at them girls. And where I'm going with this is, when you look at those girls, Creator didn't put those girls here to clean our houses, to cook our food. You know, the Creator didn't put them there for those purposes. Creator put them here with us to continue the species. They're our future. They're the humankind's future. So treat those women with love, honor, and respect. Always love, honor, and respect. And young men, if you can't treat them with love, honor, and respect, leave them alone and let someone have them that will treat them with love, honor, and respect. Okay, I use the term warrior. Now you boys, this is puts this right square on your shoulders. If you want to be a real warrior, no more murdered, missing, or mistreated women. It's up to us to protect our women and keep them safe. All right, so that's the job that we got to take with us all through our lives, is protect our future, protect our women, and treat them properly. Alrighty, so yeah, so now that I'm done with that, and it's a very important message, I'm just wondering where our drum group is. They're warming up their drum. They should be ready shortly. So, and I gotta say, Neepawa is the only town so far that in this part of Manitoba that has done stuff like this, and I really appreciate the fact that they're doing all this. They're having us here, and stuff like that. It's a great thing, but I think we got to start taking it one step further. Like, I appreciate that you're here to learn about us, but you know what? I got to learn about you too. You know, you asked me, and I'm just going to use this as an example. But if you ask me, what culturally does a Ukrainian have, I would have to say kubasa, pierogies, and cabbage rolls. Because quite truthfully, that's all I know about the Ukrainian culture, is that they have, I don't know anything about their dress, I don't know anything about their dance, and I think it's time that, you know, we be invited here to a cultural day. And I'm using this as an example, Neepawa as an example, because Neepawa, like I said, is the first and only town in this part of Manitoba that has opened up their minds and their hearts to learn about a different ethnic group, a different background. And I know all of you's heard the Truth and Reconciliation term thrown around. You guys all heard that, eh? Yeah. And you see, how can truth and reconciliation go just one-sided? It has to be both ways. So, like I said, one of these days I'd like to come and learn about your ethnic backgrounds, how you celebrate, how you have fun. It's just something to think about, Heidi, if you're around. Because when you look, I mean, look around. There's many different ethnic backgrounds here. You can tell just by looking. Okay, so the guys are coming. Oh, we were a little early. There's still some kids coming in. Sorry. But I can see we have a jingle dress dancer back there. She's just waiting for the drum to get heated over there. What they're doing over there is, you see over there by the fire, they got the drum and they're holding it over the fire. What they're doing is during the day, moisture gets on the skins and it starts to sound like kind of like dead. So what they do is they heat it up and it tightens the skins up and it makes it sound so much better. So once they're done, we'll get them over here and we'll get them singing. So I had an interesting conversation with a couple young men. I lost them though. Where are they? Where are they? Right here. I see the orange shirts out there. And I was quite impressed. I asked the young man, do you know what the orange shirt represents? And he said, yeah, the missing and murdered. I mean, the residential school children that went missing. And he even gave me the name of the woman who had the original orange shirt. What's her name? right on, because you know what? If I asked that question at my school, at our school in Ebb and Flow, I don't think they'd have the answer. I don't think they'd have the answer, because just yesterday we had a walk with the orange shirts. We have a school, and there's 800 and roughly 800 students, so we had a good number of them out. And someone asked that question, and I'll be if nobody knew the answer. They didn't know that this Phyllis had the special shirt, and when she was taken to residential school, her special shirt was destroyed, and she never seen it again. They had no idea. So you know more about us than I do, which is good.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mike. I'm from Sapatoya Cree Nation. Yeah, this guy's lying to you. So, I teach culture and language at the school I work at. That song I sang earlier this morning is a song I sing to the students every single morning. As the kids are walking into school every day, this song is called A New Day Song. It was given over to us from an elder in Pucketawagan, Manitoba. His name is Simeon Biggity, and he gave us that song to use to welcome every new day. When we break this song down, the first word in Cree is saying, Weniskapitan, wake up, everybody wake up. Wake up to a new day. So we wake up to a new day, and we bring that beautiful energy into school with us every single day. It says we're singing and speaking with Creator every day because our Mushum, our grandfather, our Creator, hears us. So when you guys are talking and laughing, telling stories, being with your friends, Creator listens to you. And He hears that, and He loves that, especially children laughter. You know, laughing a lot is a great thing. And this is how we get our kids going during the day. We light smudge, we have smudge going as the kids are walking into school while I sing that song for them. So that is the meaning of that song that I sang this morning during the microphone check. I figured what a way to get this day going. Beautiful sunny day, beautiful fall weather, and it's good to see all you kids here. The smiling faces, the laughter, the little voices, and it's great to see you all, and thank you for having us. So I'm gonna get back to Darren, and hopefully you guys enjoy everything that you guys learned today. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We're going to be here to answer questions as well.
And you got to remember, anything that I tell you here today is just my perspective. Because one thing that we got to learn is my beliefs are different than his beliefs, which are different than her beliefs, and that's different than their teachings. So all our teachings, although kind of the same, may be different. So in my teachings, we had our first style of dance is kind of basically the young women, the show-offy ones, the ones that are trying to find a young warrior to settle down with. But they're called fancy shawl dancer, butterfly dancers, high kickers, and fast movers. And you know, and then we have like Selena over there, the jingle dress dancer. Her dance is relatively new. It wasn't all that long ago, maybe 50 years ago, 60 years ago, when a woman from Whitefish Bay, her name was Maggie White, right? Her community was in turmoil and in trouble. Her people were dying at an epidemic rate, or people were getting sick. And she asked Creator, how can I help my people? There's got to be a way, there's got to be something that I can do to help my people. She went to sleep, she had a dream, and she dreamt of that dress. Creator told her, you get the jingle dress together, you put it together, this is how you dance, and this is what it represents. It represents healing. That's the big healers. If you're sick and you go to a powwow and you need healing, you offer tobacco to a jingle dress dancer, and almost instantly you're good to go. I mean, a lot of you might sit there and say, yeah, right. I used to be the same until it happened. I got sick, I went to see a jingle dress dancer, and I'm still here. So believe, because I do, and I know because I've seen and I've experienced. And you look at her dress. Come on here, Selena, so we can see you. And like I said, these teachings that I'm sharing with you today are mine. When you get her alone, she might say something similar, she might say something totally different, but oh, I hear the little one crying. But you seen her walk out here, that's a lot of jingles on her dress, eh? Do you know that an adult woman will wear 365 jingles on that dress? Can anybody tell me why 365? Exactly. But there's one other thing that you might not know. What else is there 365 of? Mother Earth has given us 365 medicines to use. If you know what's wrong and you know where to look, Mother Earth will give you what you need to heal yourself. So that's the significance. That's how powerful that dress is. And then we got the grass dancer, Harlem, here. Hey Harlem, wave at the kids. Yeah, and he's a champion dancer. This guy is good. This guy is really good. And he's dressed a little different than the other two. And he's dressed a little different because his job is different. You know, I know we say powwow celebration and all that, but that's all based on stuff that have been brought through the centuries for us. He's a grass dancer, and what him and his society do, they're our advanced scouts. They're the ones that would run out in front of the tribe as it's moving from place to place. Because if you read the history books, we were never set in one spot. We were what we call nomadic. We would wander around, go from camp to camp to camp, depending on what season and depending on what was needed for that season. So these boys would they'd be sent out to find us a good camping spot. And when they found a good camping spot, they'd set up the drum, and they'd dance. And you watch him when he's dancing. You see if you can pick up the moves of his dancing, because a lot of his dancing represents putting the grass down and stepping it down so that we could set camp in the spot that we found. So they're like site prep. They go out there, they find the site, and they get it ready for us, and then all of us move in and set up camp. But another job of theirs, and a more dangerous job of theirs, was they're the ones that went out and looked for trouble. And then we got Mikey over there. Say hi, Mike. All right, this is one of our heavy infantry guys. He's kind of the older, like the Grass Dance Society is more of the young, you know, late teens, early 20s kind of guys. This is for some of the us older guys, but their job was no less important. So if the Cree were coming and they got through our Grass Dance Society warriors, well, they'd have this waiting for them. This guy, especially with see the feathers in his hat, we recognize him as a dog shoulder. He was one of the ones that our camp was here. They were on the outside of the camp, making sure everybody there was safe. So if the Cree got through him, then they'd have to deal with him. And this is, like I said, these are our more elite warriors, some of the really bad ones, but not too bad. And then his dad, Jason, you know, she's got the same kind of outfit, but there's a slight difference. He has the feathers in his hat, he does not. If the Cree got through him, then they'd have to deal with him, because him and his society were the ones that were waiting right in the camp itself. They were the last line of defense, and they're the big, ugly guys. Tell them. All right, so we're going to call Selena out here, our jingle dress dancer, and she's going to give you a little little show of what she can do. Can I give you 2 of a straight and 2 of a side step? All right, boys, 2 straight, 2 side step. 2 straight. Of each song. Yeah, 2 pushes. We don't want to. very much, Selena. I got the name right? Selena, okay. So how many think that's easy? Oh, good, because it's not. For those of you that think that's easy, that dress probably weighs 25, 30 pounds. And our women will dance in that all day. So if you ever think that's easy, strap 2 bags of 20-pound bags of potatoes around your neck and walk around all day and see how easy it is. But yeah, they're a tough lot, those jingle dress dancers, because not only the dance is so hard and fast moving, and the dress is heavy, but when we need healing, it's them that we turn to. So they got a big job, a big responsibility. So you know, they happily accept that responsibility and that work and take it on for all of us. Now, if we could have Trouble and Raven out here. Oh, right on. Never mind. Wait. But Raven, here. Okay, I made a mistake. Remember I was talking about the fancy shawl dancers and their high stepping and high kicking? Well, this is a perfect example of a fancy shawl dancer. Raven, don't run away. Come out here. So I'm going to give her an opportunity to show you her style of dancing. So with that, what kind of song you want? Crow hop. Crow hop? Straight crow hop? Okay, 2 straight, 2 crow hop. Oh, okay. 1 straight. She says she's getting up there. So she says 1 straight, 2 crow hop. Yeah, 1 straight, 2 crow hop. One push up, 1 straight. And then push up to the crow hop. See, Raven, you could have done 14 push-ups. Thank you very much, Raven. So now, isn't that fancy looking? That's why they called the fancy dancers. They're high steppers and high kickers and butterflies, and oh, they're beautiful. Now, a quick question. I know we're kind of paying attention to the dancers, but how many different songs have we heard? How many different style songs have we heard? Right, we've heard 4. We heard a jingle dress straight, a sidestep jingle dress, a straight song for the fancy shawl, and a crow hop. Crow hop we also use for for our warriors as well. But so that's 4 different songs you've heard. So it's not all just yelling. There's actual, if you pay attention and if you listen, there's words, there's melodies, there's verses, everything that a hip-hop song from one of your favorite rap groups has. Same thing. Now, where did Becky go? I know she's always trying to run away. You know, we've known each other for a lot of years, and you know one thing, when I'm running a powwow and I always see her, you know what comes to mind? Lazy. always sitting down, never dancing. You have to go over. No, I'm just kidding. She does not. She does not sit down at powwows. That's why I'm glad she's here. She's one of the women that get up and they get moving. So come over here in the middle. Come over here. This one you're going to have to pay attention a little bit closer to, because although they're not lazy, they're more of a stationary dance, right? Not you? You're one of the ones that move, eh? Okay, good. Then move along to the outside. Well, you know what? We got an opportunity here. The kids are curious. They want to learn about us. So let's teach them and show them. Okay? All right, we'll fight later. So so we have, this is a woman's tradition. This is basically kind of our mothers, our grandmothers. They're a little bit more slow moving. Some of them are stationary. Becky is not. So she's going to be moving and doing her style of dance. And how many do you want? Two straight? Okay, 2 straight. And, something fast. All right. Blaine, did you hear that? She wants something fast. Shake them up. So, couple round, couple straight. Okay. 2 and 2. 2 straight and 2 round. Good song. Don't even give her a breather. Go, 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 go. No, I'm just kidding. Did you ask for water for me or just chocolate for her? No. okay. No, I'm just kidding. See what I mean? That's what another thing Paul is always about. Smiling, teasing each other, having fun. Because like I said before, laughter and having fun is the best medicine out there. Okay, everybody listen to Pat. We'll get Harlem out here and Harlem. Oh, there he is. So he's just he's one of our grass dancers, a very, very excellent grass dancer. So when he's ready and comes out here, he'll tell me what he's doing. Or did you tell the drum group? 3 songs? Holy moly, good to be young. All right, so he's gonna give 3 songs, and I'm gonna use this opportunity to go to the building over there so no one has to change my diaper. Hang on. Okay, boys, you got it from here.
That's a long walk. That's what
Here comes around the bend. He's coming around the back. Hold on. Wait till he's talking around all over. He's coming down again. He's going to...
Did Harlem do all 3 of his already?
No. You just only did one.
Oh, okay.
And we have to stretch that song longer. You only did one.
So we only did 1, that's good. How many of these, did you guys recognize the putting down of the ground, getting the grass ready for us to move into? So as soon as he gets a drink of water, because none of that stuff that he's doing is easy. It's all hard. It may look simple, but get up and try it, and you'll find that it's not as easy as it looks. Yeah, just give him a little breather. Did you want us, Harlem? Did you want us to maybe get the traditionals in here? Give you a little bit of a break? Get one and one and one? Huh? Okay, could I get Jason and Mikey in here then? We'll give Harlem, like it's such a physically demanding dance, that grass, well, all of them, but so what we'll do is we'll give a demonstration to the men's traditional, the older style, and give Harlem a little bit of break so he can be fresh for his next song. And I'm going to ask these guys to do me a big favor, and I'm going to ask you guys to keep your eyes open because there will be a test after this song. Okay? There will be a test. All right, boys. Now remember, guys, pay attention because there's going to be a test afterwards. Thank you very much, guys. I guess the test will come later, Mikey. Yeah, I guess we'll have to do the test later. We got our wires crossed and kind of sang the wrong song, but how many songs is that now? How many different songs? 7, yeah, 7. See, and you notice it's not all the same, it's all different. You heard the differences in the different songs, the different drum beats, the different vocals. Yeah, so we're not all just screamers. Well, I am, that's all I can do because I couldn't sing my way out of a paper bag, but that's good. So Harlem, are you ready to do your second? Or did you kind of throw it out?
Yeah.
much, Harlan. Okay, I've just been informed that we've only got about 5 more minutes. So I want Mikey and Jason out here. Sneak up, guys, because I'm going to test them, see how much they've learned through the morning. It's a fun test, so. Okay, boys? Do 24 of a sneak up. Nah, no. Do 3 of a sneak up. That way the kids can have a good look. Now, like I said, guys, pay attention because there will be a test. Alrighty, I'm going to give you a little hint now. That song was called a sneak-up. Alright, so now the test is, they told us a story. What story did they tell us? What were their movements representing?
You were here last year, weren't you? I remember you, but you had to write that.
Oh, yes. That was what. That's exactly right. They were telling us that they were sneaking up, they were hunting, they were looking for something. Jason over there, walling with the buffalo, did you understand what he was saying? I can't bend anymore because my knees are bad, but he was saying he was looking for rabbit tracks and he couldn't find any. Went to the fridge and had a bologna sandwich. So with that, I guess we're pretty much, Heidi said 5 minutes ago. But boys, we'll give them a quick crow hop. You wanted to do a crow hop? Okay, come on, Harl. So these guys are going to do 4 push-ups of a crow hop, another style of dance that our men do. So with that, boys, that's...
Hey!
very much. So did you all enjoy that? Yeah, that was pretty cool, eh? And we'd like to introduce our drum group. That's the Wartime Singers here. They're from Sandy Bay. Darren, raise your hand. Darren Roulette. Big Mike. Pat Roulette. Big Stu. And the other guy there. Blaine. I know who he was. I was just teasing him. Yeah. So with that, I'd like to say thank you very much. Like I said, Heidi has my cell number. So if there's any questions at all, text me, call me, and I'll get back to you. So with that, I'd like to say thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day, and Creator bless you.
So what's your name?
My name is Mikey Mentek. I reside in the Waiwai-Sikapo First Nation.
Okay.
That's where I've been raised by my grandparents. They taught me this way of life, taking me out to powwows. This wasn't the same outfit I started dancing in, but this is, I've had this since before I started dancing. It's a rawhide painted shield. It's one of my favorite possessions I have with my outfit. Everything else is too, because they're handmade. Everything is handmade. The beadworks, even the shirts, aprons, and you name it. Everything is handmade, right from the animals too. Skin.
So, did you take part in the making of these?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I have. Sometimes our feathers are given to us, and our other uses. All these feathers were given to me, so I put them on here myself. Same with this eagle claw, it was given to me and I put it on here. The buffalo fur also. The stick is actually an old cane, older than me, and I just put it to use. This one too was a trade. I had another one like this, and there was a head on here, a coyote head. Stretched out onto there, and I traded one of my dad's adopted brothers on the powwow trail. That's what he got. Then with the feathers on the back, they were given to me, and I put
so what type of feathers
all together. Those are eagle feathers. A bald eagle. The ones that are spotted, those are spotted eagle. A young bald eagle. This is from a bald eagle too. It's one of my best trades. I traded something to get this. This comes from BC. So all our stuff, we look after our stuff, and our stuff looks after us. You name it, everything.
Where do you get the, dare one say the bells?
The bells?
Yeah.
The bells are usually pre-made already by somebody. Like these ones were already pre-made. You got your small cowbells on there and your sheep bells. I'll put it on fur so it doesn't hurt the skin. Sometimes I don't wear chaps because it's too hot. That's why I put the fur on under the bells so it can soften it more. And all our beadwork matches our outfits, whatever we have. Everything. It takes time and patience to do what
I was thinking it's probably very labor intensive.
Yes. Yeah, this style of beadwork here is one bead at a time.
Wow.
And that took me forever, maybe a few months. We do our projects. When we're done that, we'll do another one. I'm working on some projects right now, beaded projects. I don't have them with me, but that's what I'm doing. I do orders for stuff, and I help people with their whatever they need fixing and everything. This is a good way of life. What we do, we're away from home for the whole weekend. Sometimes during the week, sometimes you won't even see home for a while. Go from powwow to powwow, celebration.
So during the year, how many powwows do you participate in?
This past year I've been to maybe about 10, 11. Some say that's lots, some say that's not much, but to me that's kind of lots with all the traveling and whatever.
Is that mainly in Manitoba or?
Yeah, I stuck mainly in Manitoba this year. And sometimes we get invited out to come do presentations like what I'm doing right now. And that's what we do in the off season. Sometimes we'll fix up our outfits or add additions. Currently, I used to have a vest, and I'm repairing that one after I'm done the order I brought up. Everything, yeah. We go from place to place. We meet up with our friends we met before, or older friends, make new friends. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hello. What's your name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
And you call me Becky.
And you're from?
Sandy Bay.
Sandy Bay. So what tribe are you from? Yeah. Ojibwe. Okay.
I believe we're a Bear Clan.
Did you make the...
Yes,
yeah.
I did. Yeah, everything by hand. So it took quite a while to make it. It's all leather. Everything's leather. Hot days I don't wear a shirt if it's too hot. I usually wear some war paint usually, but not today. Let's see. My fan was given to me by my uncle. Actually, my sister. My uncle made it. My sister gave it to me to use for when I dance.
So what bird is that from?
Eagle.
Eagle.
It's a spotted eagle. And this is a... it smells good.
Yeah.
Sweetgrass. So everybody, some women carry little purses and their fans and little purses, and I carry. And everybody is mostly different, and I'm probably I dress a little bit different from all the other ladies.
So did you learn dancing from a young child, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
When I first danced, I used to be a fancy dancer when I was 9, and I stopped. I quit dancing for a while. Well, I didn't quit dancing. I kind of outgrew my regalia. So, and then I just loved how the traditional women, how their outfits were, like their regalia. So, and I think it was time for me to change because, like, of the age. I don't think I would be able to dance like the fancy that like the young women today. So, so I chose this.
Okay.
I chose traditional. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it hard to see through the eye covering?
Not really, unless you're trying to look from a far distance, I guess. Because it's kind of outlined, you can really see through.
Can you see me right now?
So it's usually my son is also a grass dancer, and he likes, like, it's called a visor, right?
Take it off and work for
like, so they don't get too distracted. It's just like, like the hunters, so they're not distracted.
Yeah. So did you hear that, grade 7? She said that they wear it so that they don't have distractions. Maybe I should get you a group?
Yeah. I like the idea.
It's just like a horse when they wear blinkers.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, like blinders. Yeah.
We should put it on the school supply list.
Yeah. Only look at me.
My name's Harlem Chartrand.
And you're from?
From Crane River, Ochik-Chak-Towasigi. I live on the Métis side, but I started dancing since I was like, since I could start walking. That's as far as I could remember. But we made my first outfit from scratch. Like, we made it out of a normal T-shirt.
Yeah.
And then we just added some yarn and ribbon to it to make it look nice. And that's when I started dancing, and I got this outfit. But
tell me about what you have there in your hand.
My hand? This is a medicine wheel or a dream catcher. Sometimes we dance with these, or we dance with hoops like sweetgrass or another medicine wheel.
And what sort of feather is that from?
These feathers are from eagle.
Okay.
These are baby eagle feathers, small feathers.
And you have bells there on your ankles.
Yeah. I'm dressed up in bells, and I'm dressed up in some fur, like fur pelts, and basically material, cotton.
Okay.
And,
can you actually see with the beads?
Can I see?
On there?
I could see fairly well, but it's sometimes when I'm trying to get a good view or whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see. But yeah, I've been dancing around with my family ever since I could start walking, or since I was a little dancer. And they're the ones that kind of encouraged me to start dancing, because I don't know, I really like dancing. There's something about it, like it's not just about like being around the people or going there for the fun of it or just to earn money. It's about being there in general, like you're enjoying your piece or whatsoever.
Do you attend many powwows?
Huh?
Do you attend many powwows?
Yeah, I attend to a lot of powwows, mainly the powwow trail, but I rarely ever go on competition powwows. Or I come out here to little gatherings just to teach or learn about some stuff. Yeah. But me as a dancer, I'm still learning like, moves and all that, and about my culture and my style. But I guess when I'm older, I'll probably stick with grass. But I'm thinking of dancing 2 categories at the same time or something like that. Yeah.
Is it permissible to ask how old you are?
Older?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 17 and
okay.
I'm 17 and I can't remember when I started walking, but I'm pretty sure my mom said I started walking around the age of 1.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when I could really remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You put a lot of energy into your dancing there.
I kind of like to go all out, but I really love to like try to stick with everything, like make it look nice. Yeah, I'm still working on a few moves, but it's just I really kind of want to go to more powwows instead of missing out on some.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You could just buy a shirt, just like at any store. I picked this up at Giant. And then you just sew your ribbons on, and that takes care of it. You could sew it across this way, or you could sew down this way. You could add a little bit of a collar as well. I also made onesies. It's the same thing. You take your ribbons, you glue it on, and then you just sew. And then this is the ribbon skirt. So, when I first started making ribbon skirts, what we did was you took like a piece of fabric, you wrapped it around your waist, and then you just cut it.
So, your name is?
Catherine McKay.
And you're from?
Rolling River First Nation.
Okay.
And then this is my helper, Chelsea Bolio. Yep. She's from Sandy Bay.
Okay. So what do we have here?
Well, here's my sewing machine. This is the ribbon shirt workshop. This is all my supplies that I use to make my ribbon skirts and for the ribbon shirts. So
is that the completed skirt there?
Yes. My sister-in-law actually made this. This is for just like an infant. So how we would go about it was, as I was mentioning to the young ones, was that when I first started, I first learned one way where it was just one big panel instead of 2. And then you would sew it up. You'd have the one seam, and it would take a while just because of how much ribbon you'd have to run across the material. And then I learned this way, which is the 2 panels. So as you'll see right there, I have 2 panels cut out in my examples for like the ribbon colors that I would use. Some seamstresses will use like needles like to tack it down, but I prefer to use glue because when I'm sewing it stays and the ribbon won't move.
Where do you get the material from?
Anywhere. Like I've gone to Marshall's Fabric in Winnipeg, Fabricland in Brandon, just anywhere. Even at powwows, there'll be vendors that sell fabric, even the ribbons. Typically, I buy my ribbon from Fabricland, as well as the elastic, the threads. This ribbon right here, I bought at a powwow. Because it's hard to find some colors, especially around this area.
So what, that's a small infant skirt. Do you do other sizes as well?
Yes. I had brought some material that I had started cutting out. Like I was working on an adult. I didn't get a chance yet to do the ribbons on it. But this is like one of the panels. Well, two panels for like this. Oh, this isn't the one. But like,
that's a beautiful design.
Yeah. I have
That's turquoise, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color. I love working with this one just because like you can do so much with the ribbon work on it. You know, it doesn't have to be the specific colors that you have on the fabric. You can do so much. But yeah, so for an adult one, it would just be like you would take your measurements. You would get the waist size and then the length.
Yeah.
And then you would cut out for the waist, whatever your waist size is, and then the length, of course. And I always add a couple inches because of the seams. So that's how I would go about making, like if I were to make a skirt for someone or for myself.
How long have you been involved in this?
I'm 27 right now. I started when I was 20. I started sewing. I learned through when I worked with health services, West Region Treaty 2 and 4 Health Services.
Okay.
That's how I learned.
And this young lady here, how did she help?
She taught me how to make skirts.
I taught her just this past January, as well as my other sister-in-laws at the beadwork station.
Okay.
They make skirts as well. I showed them, but they took it and made it their own styles as well. That's why I always like what I mentioned in the class, that you know every skirt is unique. Every skirt has its own story.
So you put elastic in there on the skirt there?
Yeah, so you'll see like we folded it over and then they just sewed it, and then what we do is we'll take just a safety pin and then we'll attach it to the end of the ribbon, and we run it through, and then we just sew it up. It's pretty like, it was hard at first for me like to make skirts. It took a while for me to catch on, but now it's pretty straightforward. Now with the ribbon shirt, you can do two different ways. Some make it right from scratch, and that takes, for me, I don't have too much practice with it. I've made 2 of them, but it takes quite a while. And then you can also just buy a shirt from anywhere, and then you could just sew your ribbon on, just like what I did here. This time I chose to sew it right across. Some people will sew from here all the way down. They could even put like a design on it, like what they call applique.
Okay.
And then you could even, like, this is a ribbon here. I just sewed it on. And it's the same with this one. I also sew on, like, I'll buy a little baby onesie and I'll sew. I took that material actually and I sewed it on, and I just added ribbon as well. But yeah, like that's pretty much what we do. Like it's just, there's a lot of healing in it.
Yes, indeed.
I mentioned to the class as well that
it's probably in some aspects very labor intensive.
Yes, yeah. And it's like, for me, it takes my mind off of things. You know, if I've had a busy day, you know, like it helps me. I think it does a lot more for me than than what I do. You know, I don't know how to properly word it, but yeah, like there's just a story in them, and for me, I try to show it in my work. And there's different teachings. Like I was always told, like ribbons aren't to be hung from the skirts because it's like an offering. But you know, people do their own thing. Things change, and you know, you do it the way you feel like you feel like you have to do it because you're being led by something, you know, and that's the way you do it. It's the same with this shirt. Like I don't know where I came up with the colors. It just came to me. I made this ribbon shirt for my partner. During a tough time. He wore it to a burial service, and I wanted to make sure that I was in a good head state, so that way when he wore it, it brought comfort to him. And yeah, my partner, he wears this whenever we're going through something hard, when we go to a service, and it carries him. My name is Shania Roulette. I'm from Sandy Bay, Manitoba.
Okay. And what do we have here?
So today I'm teaching everyone how to do flat stitch geometrical design. I was going to do something else, but since it's like strapped for timing, I had to pick something like easy and simple to learn. Today I brought my sister with me. I taught her and my other sisters how to bead. And this is my second year.
So when did you start this?
I started beading back when I was in university in 2018. It was just like something to do for fun, and it became a full-time thing. Besides doing skirts, like this is what I do all the time.
So where do you get the material from?
I usually go down to Sioux Valley sometimes to Dakota Beads, or if I don't have time, I go to Winnipeg Trading Post, and that's basically my to-go-tos all the time. But as for Pellin and leather, I go to Fabricland or Marshalls.
Is that also where you get the twine or the string, whatever it is?
Oh, the string and the... I usually just stick to Dakota Beads for my needles, my thread, my beeswax and stuff like that.
It looks real neat, quite labor intensive.
Yeah, it's really time consuming. It depends on the project. I brought some of my work, my examples over there.
Okay, we'll take a look at that.
Nagulat ako. No, ang sayang. I'm gonna make a bowl. I think I'm with you. Should I do chicken adobo or chicken feet adobo? Which one? Which one? Chicken feet? I think we know.
Your mom's ashes.
Like real skin. I don't know.
I'm so happy
and
to
then
actually learn how to make bannock.
You have to make holes in it so it's you just put it in the oven like that.
Okay, your name is?
Merle Roulette.
And you're from?
Sandy Bay.
Sandy Bay? And you're at this bannock station?
Yeah, I'm making the bannock at the station.
How long have you been involved in this?
They just started doing this last year, but I've been making bannock since I was 6.
Wow. Just following your family?
Yeah, my grandma taught me when I was 6, so I started making bannock then.
So tell me, what are the ingredients in?
Okay, the ingredients are flour, and then you mix it. Well, how I do it is just to show the kids is 6 cups of flour, a little bit.
It's just ordinary regular flour.
Yeah, just ordinary flour, and then a little bit oil in the middle, like a tablespoon of oil, and then you knead it all together. Make sure there's no lumps, and then make a little hole in the middle, and then you add 2 tablespoons of baking powder and 1/4 of salt, and then you blend it all together, and then you make a little hole in the middle and add warm water, and then you mix it all, knead it together, and then you just flatten it out, and it's
done.
Yeah. Oh, and I gotta turn over my bannock. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, okay. So you cook one side and then you do the other side.
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to make it golden, but I started talking and I forgot. But I have 3 more in there. This is my 4th one I made. But at home I make like 2 big bannocks, but I make it bigger because there's like 15 of us at home.
So then when you cut it, do you just use a knife or?
You gotta wait for a little while to let it warm up, like to cool down, then you can cut it, because if you cut it right away it's gonna go doughy. So
so it's still cooking inside?
Yeah, so you wait for say about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, and then you can rip it off. It's better to rip it off, not cut it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So people will just eat it as is, or do they put?
You can put
butter,
jam. Some people, where we come from, people like to put lard with salt on it.
Okay.
See?
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's over the fire, but the oven is different. You cook it you preheat your oven to 400, and then let it cook for about 25 minutes in the oven. And then, but it goes brown all over. You don't have to flip it.
Oh, okay.
I'll put this in there.
Thank you.
Yep. Grab one and take the one you touch, please. Touch the box and then you go off to the side then. Don't click your fingers. You're welcome. I got some, yeah.
Does the bison and the elk have a different sound, or are they kind of?
There's lots of. I've seen drums made out of a lot of the big animals you might think of. Deer, elk, bison. I even seen a drum that was made out of steer. So.
And your name is?
My name is Mike Campo.
Okay, and you're from?
Sapotawea Cree Nation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been involved in?
I have been singing since, I think, just about 20 years now, I think, around there. Yeah.
And yet you look quite a young guy.
I am. I've been singing half my life, so.
Okay. Does it take a lot of practice to learn how to?
It does. It takes a lot of practice, especially to train your voice and to be on time with everything. It takes hours and hours. It just, you just don't wake up and be a professional at it or anything like that. We don't consider ourselves professionals by any means, but we do practice with each other and stuff like that. Yeah.
So, do you attend in many powwows?
Yeah, all summer long we've been attending powwows.
Yeah.
The family, we've been traveling together all summer. So, yeah.
Is it mainly in Manitoba, or?
Yeah, we've been pretty well Manitoba bound. I know these guys have been to Ontario a few times and the States, right, Stewie? Yeah. You guys have been too, yeah.
So the one they mentioned at Rolling River.
Yeah.
That's quite a extensive, like a very big
It is. I think the biggest one was Sandy Bay or Ebb and Flow this year. Ebb and Flow, yeah. Ebb and Flow probably would have been a bigger powwow. I think they had close to 800 dancers there, I think. 12 or 13 other drum groups, so it was pretty. There's a lot of people there.
Now, these are especially made, the actual drums itself?
The people make them, like my nephew Blaine, he's around here somewhere. He's
Yeah.
the one who made this one.
Okay.
He made this one.
He's
So what's the skin?
This one is wrapped in elk, he said.
Okay.
And he's made out of plywood, so he put all this together, tied it up himself, cut it and tied it up.
And then to make the sound, you use
We use
specific
sticks that are made out of fiberglass on the inside. The rod is fiberglass.
Okay.
The handle's made out of duct tape, just rolled onto it, covered in another soft leather. And the top is yarn, wound up in yarn, and then covered with leather as well, softer leather.
It's a wonderful sound.
Thank you very much.
And hearing it, not only the singing but the actual beat of the drums, it really wants you to get up and
I'll
move
tell you
around.
this, yes. Like, it doesn't matter what other people, what tribe, it doesn't matter what color we are.
Yeah.
This is what a nation is all about.
So what's your name?
My name is Patrick Roulette. I'm from Sandy Bay.
Sandy Bay. Okay.
Yes, Treaty 1.
So you've been involved in this for a number of years?
I started off back in 91, but I didn't really travel back in 94, so still traveling today. Yes.
Yeah, it's really wonderful.
I'm also a traditional dancer. I dance powwow out there, so just like that young gentleman with the feather cap, that's how I dress as a dog soldier. So, yes, I'm one of the traditional dancers, so I travel a lot. I sing with the boys sometimes. I don't have time to dance when we're busy singing and all that, so we usually some of us dancers don't really dance much, so we do a lot of singing. So
must take a lot of effort dancing.
Well, what effort it takes long dancing is it does take a lot just to wear your regalia, the pieces, whatever parts that you were given and you were passed on to, so you have to put it back together and all the beadwork and all that.
It's probably very heavy.
It is, yes. It takes a lot. Some days it's very hot. Sometimes we're told not to dance, when it's too hot and all that, so because they're taking it easy on our folks. Even though we have golden agers, the oldest dancer we have right now is 92 years old.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's a grandmother, great-grandmother, and a great-great-grandmother. Yes. Yes, so we always take it easy on our old folks. Yes.
Yeah. So, do you normally dance on grass, or is there?
It's like ground like this. Yes.
Yeah.
Some places, when you get invites, when they have bigger powwow celebrations, they usually have those artificial floors and grass that were made. When they use it for like some places like football fields, soccer fields, we gotta always be careful with those.
For sure.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The drum go? Wartime?
everyone. So learning to drum?
Yes, our drum name's Wartime, but it's not very per se a sacred name. It's more of what would you call it? It's a family name. Not really a sacred thing, but it's a family name. So if Blaine's not around and I'm gonna go sing somewhere, Wartime would be it's our drum name. We call it, it's our thing. I've met some drums that are they're more traditional, so they might name themselves after certain things. I used to sing for a drum group called Medicine Rock. And Medicine Rock is actually a place. It's not a thing. It's a place where they believe. My people believe little people live there, which is kind of like an old folk tale or whatever you might call it. I don't know if you've learned about little people, but they're believed to be little mischievous people. Probably no bigger than a couple feet, maybe. So we had a drum group and we named it after that place where they were said to be living, to honor them kind of in a way. That's kind of been more of a sacred thing, but wartime is kind of, our dad got it from a video game. He got it from a video game and now it's our name. Maybe one day you'll go on Spotify and you'll look up wartime and maybe we'll be there. We're working on it.
Well, this is really great what they do.
Oh, it is.
Really, really wonderful.
It is. And like I was telling the kids, it's the only community that does something like this in this part of the country. I've never had to do this with anyone else. Personally. Yeah, it's wonderful.